Welcome to the Queer Compass.
I'm Eric.
I'm Louise.
We're your two gay besties.
And we're here to talk about life, career, pop culture, and everything else. Hello, and welcome to the very first episode of the Queer Compass.
Episode number 1.
Oh my
so
goodness.
exciting.
Me too. Me too. I'm so excited.
Yes.
Okay, so I guess let's start by just talking about why we even created this thing. Why are we here?
Yes, absolutely. The idea kind of came because we chit chat quite a bit.
We do every night for 2-3 hours.
Yeah, with a fair amount of giggling. So this is just conversations that happen. I like to bring some hopefully insight to the podcast about my experiences growing up in different parts of the country. Maybe it's helpful to someone or at least entertaining.
Yeah.
So that's what I like to bring.
Yeah. Yeah, I think definitely, I think it's like we mentioned, we're just out here trying to navigate life and trying to make sense of things sometimes. In conjunction with obviously just having a good time and enjoying every part of it. So, we can kind of get into our stories a little bit, but I think the purpose of the podcast is really, like you said, just to kind of provide some insight or at least some entertainment to people out there and talk about all things life.
Yes. Lifestyle, pop culture, things we're into, the things that make us laugh, all that.
Absolutely.
All the good stuff.
Okay, so Eric, tell us a little bit about you.
Oh my gosh. I'm from the Midwest. I grew up in St. Louis, Missouri. Did a pit stop in Chicago for 3 years after school. Lived in LA now for 10 full years. It's June, so it's 10 years and 1 month in this apartment.
In this apartment. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, the whole time. I did stay for 2 months somewhere first, but then I met Marvin, and then I moved in here, and it's been 10 years and a month now, in this.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And I've lived here for a month and a half.
Yes.
Wait, also
and some in between.
Yeah, exactly. And some in between before, which we'll get into because actually it is really funny. One, I know parts of your journey, but we met during the pandemic.
Yes.
So I feel like we still have so much to learn about each other, which is kind of the fun part.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I guess it's only been about 3 years.
Yeah, and we met virtually.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
It's so crazy.
Oh my gosh. So for a little insight, you guys, it's basically pandemic happened. I was living in LA before, but I used to live on the west side, now West Hollywood. But I started with Daniela. You know Daniela?
Yes.
A friend of mine, both trainers. We started a virtual fitness company situation. I was teaching dance cardio. We taught HIIT together, all this stuff. But anyways, that's how Eric and I really got connected because we started working out together. And then once things were a little better pandemic wise, we started doing in-person workouts on the beach.
Yes.
And that was the first time we met in person.
Yes. Yeah, that was in early 2021. I think some people even had masks on that day.
They did.
Yeah.
Out in the sun. It was in the middle of summer. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Crazy. So yeah, that started in 2020. So we've known each other for about 3 years now.
Yeah.
Which
it's crazy. It doesn't even feel that long.
No, it doesn't.
No.
I think again, we've only lived in the same city for a month and a half now.
Yeah.
But Eric has been so nice because before that, I was driving up every so often and I would just crash at his place. So thank you so much.
Oh my gosh. Of course. It's there's room for it. It's all good.
Thank you. You guys, Eric is literally the sweetest person I've ever met in my whole life.
Oh my gosh.
You have such a big heart. So I'm really excited, to be on this journey.
That is very nice of you. Thank you for saying that.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Of course.
You too. Oh my gosh, your spirit is very warm.
Thank you.
But what about you? Tell us a little bit more about you.
So California born and raised. I grew up in San Diego. I went to school in San Francisco, and then I moved to LA, and then pandemic moved to San Diego again, back home, and now back in LA. So I'm excited.
Yes, running around doing all the things.
Yes, doing all the things,
Good stuff. And most of your time, what do you spend most of your time doing?
So dancing
Yes.
or training, group fitness, that kind of thing. And then social media really during the pandemic. So kind of a mishmash of all three of those things is what I typically spend my time doing, which is why I'm back. It's just the place to be for work.
Yeah. I feel that. That's kind of how I ended up in Los
Yeah.
Angeles. That's what I wanted to be in music. And that's what brought me here from the Midwest. So I was like,
Were you always, what were you doing on the Midwest?
oh my gosh, I was doing property management for apartment buildings
Oh.
in Chicago. And I did a few other things as well in like marketing, in the marketing world. But that was mainly what I did during my time there. And then I used that skill to transfer here.
Mm-hmm.
And then I ended up getting a job in music after that.
Yeah, because that job seemed, you guys were working with all the big concerts and everything, right?
Yes, yeah.
That's why.
Such an electric job. I'm sure we'll
Yeah,
talk all about it, but
Yeah.
yes, one of my favorite jobs of all time.
Oh my gosh, amazing.
So good. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I love it.
Okay, so then my question to you, I guess, would be like, because again, I feel like there's still so much, but what are the biggest? I mean, I feel like there's some obvious answers to this, but what are the biggest differences from the three places you've lived? Three, right? Yeah, three.
To keep it quick,
Yeah.
I definitely think the people and mindset is very different. 1,700 miles from where I grew up. It's a very different place. Like 1,700 miles in Europe is super far away, speaking different languages, culture's completely different. I sort of feel that same way. Not in a good or bad way. It's just very different.
Yeah.
And I find like people in the Midwest are very like warm and kind, and people are warm and kind here too. But in Los Angeles, I find people like very open-minded and like open to new ideas. And if you like introduce something that somebody's never heard of something, there's like creative wheels in motion. Like I feel like a lot of people move here to like make it to be a movie star or a music artist.
Yeah.
Statistically, it doesn't work out for like a lot of people. And so they end up pouring their creativity into something else. And like, that's what this city is made of. And I love that about Los Angeles.
That's such a good way of putting it.
Yeah.
Like people do, you're right. Like, because there are so many creatives out here, and the city is made of all that creativity being poured into different aspects of things that sometimes you just wouldn't even think.
Yes. You could go to a dinner movie or some type of like small show, comedy, whatever. And it's like the talent is evident at all times, everywhere you go.
Oh my gosh, it's so crazy. Well, it's so funny. We actually know the same friend, but I was just thinking like, yeah, it's so crazy the people you meet because our friends who lived in Santa Monica have this like crazy loft, or used to, they don't live there anymore, had this crazy loft, very artsy, very cool. And they would host like, they were part of the Venice like art crawl or the little crawl, and they would stop at their house and they'd have like, he'd be playing like live DJ music and stuff and mixing, and his whole mixing board was very like, the whole setup was just, I was like, this is very LA, very artistic, very expressive. Like this isn't your home, but it's a little studio stage art crawl place. Like it blows my mind the kind of things you'll find here, which is what I love as a creative, you know?
Yes.
So,
a lot of one of a kind
yeah.
things with people from all over the place.
Totally.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, how fun.
Yeah. What about you? What about you growing up and kind of hopping around the West Coast?
Yeah, I mean, really, it's funny. California is California at the end of the day, especially the big cities. But I can only imagine the difference of going across the country like that, because even within California, all three cities have such a different vibe or like energy to them. Like San Diego to LA to San Francisco, all very, very different. So I think like San Francisco will always have a place in my heart because it's the first city that I moved to outside of San Diego that like I was really able to just like be myself and express myself and find myself.
Okay.
And you know, college, perfect time to do that. So I think like in that sense, it always has like a sense of magic to me.
Yeah.
And then of course LA is like where I came to pursue a dream. So it has a totally different sense of magic in that regard, you know?
Yeah.
And San Diego is always home. I always say like, you know, I could see myself ending up in San Diego. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. It is beautiful. I mean, there's it's the most beautiful.
I do love it. It's so beautiful. Yeah.
Every time I go, I'm like, oh, should I spend more time down here?
Yeah, and you've been going a lot lately.
I
so
have
that's cool.
been. Yeah. But we're going to San Francisco this weekend for Pride.
I'm so
love
jealous.
San
Oh my
Francisco
gosh.
too.
Yeah, San Francisco's so great.
I love it there.
I know. Okay, so
Quick questions?
yes.
Oh my
yes,
God.
I was gonna say.
Okay. My first quick question for you is, when is the last time you were actually nervous?
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's a good one.
Like, you know, the feeling is like, oh my God, my heart's beating faster. I'm getting a little sweaty. There's butterflies in my stomach. Wait, do you get that feeling when you go on stage or no?
So, I mean, yes, but it's definitely not because I've been on, like, not to say I've done it all, but because I haven't. But I think I've performed enough times in front of people that honestly does not, like, yeah, I still get nervous a little bit, but it's more just like little butterflies in my stomach.
Yeah.
If I'm thinking about the last time I was like really, really nervous, was honestly, what was that, like a year ago? Anyways, I was when I had to audition, I say for lack of a better word, I guess, for the most important personal training job I've ever had in my whole life.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
I think it was my very first personal training client in person.
Okay.
Since the pandemic. Everything I had done was like virtual and was very, I had trained people, but it was all virtual. So this was my first in-person client. On top of that was just like an opportunity I thought I'd never have.
Yeah.
Especially so soon. So I think meeting someone of that like caliber was just I don't generally get starstruck. I feel like I'm not someone who's like, oh my God, it's so-and-so, like, freaking out. Sure, I'll get excited, but I don't really get like nervous in that regard.
Yeah.
But I think it was the difference of like just meeting a celebrity versus like having them expect something of you.
Yeah.
And it's literally just you and them, like this is the relationship you're building.
Yeah.
So I think going into that, oh my God, I was sweating. I thought my stomach was gonna like come up through my throat. Like I was like, obviously you have to pull it together, and obviously it came to fruition, which was great. But that was definitely the most nervous.
You got the job, yes.
I did get the job.
Yeah. Oh my God, so good.
So yeah, it was really, really fun. But oh my gosh, what about you?
The last time I was actually nervous was when I left my previous job. It was a job I loved. Yeah. It was a job I cherished. I loved the people. I loved what we did. And calculating the reasons why to leave a job for something else is like, I'm like Excel sheet after Excel sheet trying to put like monetary value on things that like do not have a monetary value. I'm calling a life coach. I'm crying for 3 days. It's like super dramatic.
What a journey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I ultimately did decide to transfer jobs. I am happy with the decision. It's going well. It's been a while. And, but that was the last time I was like, it took over me. I was like so nervous about it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. But it ended up working out. Like, I think there's some saying like growth doesn't come with a lot of comfort. Like, you have to be uncomfortable to grow. And so I feel that way about that experience in particular. But like when it's happening and when you're going through it, it's like, oh my God, I'm drowning. I'm like underneath water here.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
So, but yeah.
I think, that jump, even from job to job, let alone like industry to industry or like making a big change like that is always going to be scary, right?
Changing industries. Yes.
Yeah.
What is your quick question for me?
Okay, mine is so not like nearly as. Mine is so silly. Okay, my first question. The house is burning and you can only take one thing. What would you take?
One thing?
One thing. That's it.
I mean, if I had to decide in 30 seconds, like if it was happening, I probably would grab my phone. And I think that's what like a lot of people would say.
Yeah.
But my phone is backed up. I don't need it.
Yeah. But okay, so what? Okay, phone. Because literally that's the first thing that came to my mind too.
Okay.
What would be the next thing? And you only get two. This is it.
I mean, my Nintendo Switch.
Yes,
Only
come on.
because my my progress on a lot of games is on that Switch. I'm sure there's cloud backups for like a lot of the games I play, but I
Oh my
I have a
gosh.
lot of hours clocked.
Wow, that's awesome. Oh my God. I'm like so not a gamer, so like I don't relate on that level, but it makes sense.
I only play 2 games. I only play 2 games.
But the investment.
It's so much time. We'll talk about gaming, I'm sure, but like,
I was
oh my
gonna
God, I'm
say.
playing Tears of the Kingdom right now, and it's like, it's amazing. It's one of
Oh
the
my
best games
God.
I've ever played.
Yeah. I love that. Dude.
Yeah,
That's a good one.
What would you grab after
Oh
that?
my gosh. See, I don't know. As you were talking about it, I was like, oh my God, I don't know. Okay, so I mean, obviously phone was the first thing that came to mind, but mainly because I was like, okay, like family, I can contact them, blah, blah, that stuff, but you can also get a new phone, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. The first thing I would grab, I honestly have no idea. I feel like I don't have like, no, okay, 2 things. Well, no, I have to pick one. Okay, I'll just say the first thing that came to mind.
Okay.
It'd probably be, well, it's technically not one thing. That's why I think it's a cheating answer. But I have a stack of books on my nightstand right now, and I would take those books with me.
Yes, grab them all. They're in a bundle.
Yeah,
it's
they're in a
one.
bundle.
It's one item.
thing. Let's just
Yeah.
pretend.
Yeah.
Only because, like, okay, I'm not an avid reader. Like, I'm not a huge reader. I don't normally read a lot, but lately I have gotten really into it, and lately it's been really allowing me to tap into. I don't want to get all serious, but long story short, I feel like these books, I've been reading a lot of like queer centric books. And some of them are just, you know, cute little romance novels. Some of them are like a little sci-fi, whatever. But it's really allowed me to tap into like the little gay teenage boy that I feel like never really got to flourish in the moment. Now we're living our life. We're
Sure.
happy. We've gotten to do all
Yeah.
the things. But I mean, like, it takes me back to that time of like wishing I had that story in my life. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think that's why I've been so emotional reading them. Like, you know, I've been crying
God.
reading all those books.
I'll go to the bathroom and I like pass your bedroom and you're like bawling by
Yeah,
yourself. I'm like, oh
literally.
my God, is everything okay?
I finished that last one that I finished. I literally came out and I was like, Eric's gonna think I'm crazy because I'm literally crying. I was like blowing my nose and everything. It was the worst. But it
Oh
was
my
good,
gosh. Oh, that's so good. I mean, Hallmark commercial, 30 seconds. I'm in tears. I
know.
mean,
Yeah.
it's too much. I'm a Cancer.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah.
Wait,
Topic
yeah,
idea.
Cancer.
Yeah,
That's a
I'm a
good one.
Cancer.
Yeah.
My birthday's coming up June 28th.
Oh my gosh.
My second quick question for
Okay,
you
go.
is on your Spotify home screen, what is at the top? You know how it's like, it's like things you most recently listened to, playlists that you're like into. I know we're using our phones right now, but what
Yeah.
are the ones on your?
Okay, well, around Pride, it was Tinashe for sure.
Yes.
But because I was obsessed with her, I mean, I was before, but also after seeing her,
Yeah.
I went on a binge for her. But also lately, this past like week, I can tell you right now, Dana Paula. You know her, right?
Yes, from Elite.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Do you listen to her music?
I listened to the album called Seven.
Yes. Okay. To be honest, I knew like her singles,
Okay.
and I just really started diving into like more of her music, but I love her. She's also like the Mexican pop princess. So, hey, my people. But
She is. She's
Yeah.
the Mexican queen of pop.
yeah.
Yeah.
And she, like, I just have been jamming to her music. So that's at the top of mind right now.
Oh my God, I love it.
What about you?
There is an artist. His name is MKX. I cannot stop listening to this music. It has been years.
Wow.
It was a suggested ad on Instagram, and I was like, oh, I like the sound of this song. So I was like, ga, saved it, played it. This was in 2020. And I like continued playing his music, and I'll have to play it for you. It's pop. It's mega pop.
Okay, I wanna
Solo male artist, white, 25, 26, dances, sings, has a little army of dancers running around with him. So
I'm here
fun.
for that.
And it's within my singing vocal range, so I can sing along.
Come on. You better be getting the vocals.
Yeah, I love it though. He like come out with a new song every once in a while, and it's just like, it's so good. I feel like he's doing what I wish that I could have maybe done in a different life.
Oh, word.
And
Okay,
I every time a new song comes on, I'm like, yes, like another. even the slow songs. I'm like, yes, another smash. I just really like it.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to check him out.
Yeah. You actually played one of his songs during one of the Fuego Grooves. He did Don't Funk With My Heart. He did a remake of it. It's like a very pop heavy version.
Wow.
That was in like 2021, but you ended up playing it during one of our classes, and I was like, oh my God, he knows who MKX is. And then I just never brought it up to you, but But yeah, it was on one of your playlists once.
Also, like as a dancer and fitness instructor, sometimes you just find all these remixes of people or like things that you don't.
Yes.
Spotify just leads you into a black hole, you know? And you're like, oh my God, I love this. But yeah.
Right under MKX is Polo and Pan.
Oh, yes. Oh my gosh.
I can't stop listening to French music as well.
I love that. That's awesome.
Right. And then right under that is Oliver, which is an old sorry, not old. It was two guys named Oliver that were producers. They actually produced Kim Petras' Halloween album.
Oh, I love that.
Albums. And they don't work together anymore, but one of them, Von Oliver, works under that name still, and he'll come out with new songs every once in a while. It's like very good, like production, like very fat bass.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, love it.
Okay, I love. Yeah. So many to check out now, I feel.
Yes.
Okay.
What's your second question for me?
If you could, actually, well, if you could / have to, I guess, eat one thing for the rest of your life, every meal, what could you and would you eat? Like, what is that one food that you're like, oh, I could literally probably have this every single day?
Okay. This is going to take me a second. Not sweet. Savory.
Yes.
100% salt. And not like fatty chips. I'm think one thing for every single day. Oh God. I feel like I like corn.
Oh my God. Wait, do you remember that trend where the boy's like, it's corn? I don't know if you ever saw that. Oh my God. Anyways. Oh my God. Okay, corn.
Maybe corn. I like vegetables. I'll roast like a ton of vegetables. I like stir fry.
That's so good.
Yeah. It would be a toss up between cauliflower and corn because you can steam it, you can roast it, you can eat it raw. Well, you can't eat corn raw, can you? I don't know, but like you can eat it a bunch of different ways. So probably, like cauliflower or corn.
Oh my gosh, I'm obsessed with that answer. That is not what I thought was gonna come out of your
mouth. No,
mouth.
what did you think? Was it trail mix?
No.
I love trail mix.
Yeah, no, trail mix. I don't know. I thought it was gonna be. I don't know what I thought was gonna come out of your mouth, but that's a good one. Boy, you're gonna be healthy for the rest of your life.
Oh my God, I know. I do like peanuts too a lot. I love peanuts. Okay. What is your number one food?
Sushi. Like honestly, and it doesn't have to be crazy fancy. Like you could just give me like, the fish with the seaweed and the like rice, but if I could have sushi for the rest of my life, I would, like every single day.
I'm instantly hungry.
Yeah, I know. Like I want sushi right now.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay, you picked a genre. Not fair.
I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, you picked like one little food, and I'm like, give me all the sushi.
Corn.
Well, okay. Like if I had to pick like a roll or something, probably like tuna or something. I don't know.
Tuna? I eat tuna.
Or like either like a tuna roll or something, or I would do like yellowtail or something.
Okay.
I don't know. So like if I had to pick one, but sushi is generally the first thing that comes to mind when I think of that.
And what do you eat? Have you eaten sushi around here a lot? Yeah or not?
Not around here too much. I did go to Sugarfish the other day, which I know is like a fan favorite, and it lived up to its name.
Did you order I know we're running out of time.
I know.
Did you order the thing where they just bring you stuff?
Yes.
Or did you? Isn't it so easy?
So easy, and everything was delicious. Oh my God. I was living my whole life.
So good.
Yeah, it was the best. I want to go back.
Oh my gosh. Well, we'll have to go.
Yeah. Oh yeah, please.
Yeah, I would love to go.
Okay, well, we're a little
over. Let's wrap it up.
This is literally us every night, chit-chatting it up, and we're like, we have to go to bed, but wait.
And another thing.
And another thing. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I'm so excited for this journey.
Me too. Yes. See you in the next episode.
I know. Thank you guys for tuning in. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.